you so much for coming out for this service for Eliza Miller Johnston, my mom, Dan, her oldest son. I don't have prepared remarks. What I mostly been focusing on is, I don't like her. I'm an audio engineer. You point at the chin, and then you don't get the puff. See? That's bad. No, if you do it, anyway, so we decided to sort of concentrate on this musical play that I wrote with her, or she wrote with me, called Whatever Happened to the Girl Next Door. It's about a woman who asks her godmother her magic godmother to allow her to have extra husbands, and so she was four. We're doing 3 songs from the musical, and I think they speak for themselves a little bit about her love of theater and music and all of that. And I remember her bringing home the first Doors record. This is still more musical theater oriented. The first song is One Potato, Two Potato. The guys are arguing about who gets to be companionable with Mary on a given evening. And there's another one. Sorry. Okay, so the first song is My Head's in the Spin. Actually, no, the first song we're going to do is One Potato, Two Potato, and then the second song is My Head's in the Spin, which is sung by Clara, her grandmother. And I think we're also going to have the choir do The Fathers Are Coming Home to a Wonderful Home Situation. That's the way it was designed. I guess without further ado, we will sing One Potato, Two Potato. What are you doing?
Sorry. Braxton, you gotta say. You want that off? Oh, no, you want that off? This is part of the play. They can hear it. That's
Potato, 6 potatoes, 7 and more. 8 potato, 9 everybody. I'm Clara. I'm Eliza's granddaughter. And this is Mike, who you just saw. And we're going to sing Heads in the Spin. Whenever you're ready.
Up next is the choir. They're going to sing Fathers Are Coming, which is also from the same play. I just want to say on that last song, just if anyone was worried about my mom's mind towards the end, she never remembered her husband's name, so she didn't remember our names either. It was always God damn my Bible. So ladies and gentlemen, the Rossmoor Choir. guitar picker? Do you really? There is a little washing machine. I'll make two. There we go. Who said Rossmoor doesn't rock? That's in tune. Can you guys hear me? I'm Barney, Dan and Mike's brother, also obviously Eliza's son. First of all, let's give it up again for the Rossmoor Chorus. I also want to say for the record, my mom did not have 4 husbands, she only had 2. That was just a play, fiction. This is a song that my mom wrote a play called Henry's Folly, which I think won an award in West Virginia. And later, just kind of recently, like 8 years ago, right before COVID, she, maybe it was during COVID, she was resubmitting the song and she had a part in it that she was like, oh, I always wanted this poem to be a song. So she sent me the lyrics and for those who don't know, the play is about an older couple and one of them was dying. And it's funny because my dad died pretty early. My dad, my first husband, Michael. And this play was more about the wife was dying. So I think it was my mom's way of sort of flipping, doing an alternate reality, which she seems to like doing. So this is called Broken Song. He worked the mill, she worked the knitting. He came home tired, he felt like quitting. But when the lights got low and he was resting, she had to know. She asked this question: can love last till the road? That's the story yet to be told. Can love keep going strong? Would that be so wrong? Would that be so wrong? Just a broken song. Broken song. They both grew old, and then she died. So he built a birdcage to keep by his side. And when the lights got low and those birds were resting, he had to know. So he asked this question: can love last till the road? That's the story yet to be told. Can love keep going strong? Would that be so wrong? Would that be so wrong? Just a broken song. Broken song. This is the verse I keep forgetting. His granddaughter said, Papa, why you cry? Well, he told her, darling, seems you better die. So she took his hand while he was resting, looked in his eyes and answered that question:
hear me? Before I sing, the first day I got here at Rossmoor, I met Eliza and Mary. And Eliza became my best friend here. We shared a lot of meals together. About twice a week we would go out and eat. We did a lot of talking. And I found out that, because I have acting in my background, she and I played the same part in Bring Doom, which it's funny that they have this musical. So the part that she and I played, which I'm now embarrassed about, was the slut of the town. So that's pretty funny. So she and I shared that in common and the love of song, and of course she always talked about you guys, always as the grandchildren. So she'll be missed. And the name of this song I'm going to sing is called See You in the Morning. tears, no more pain in a foreign place. I will miss you tonight, oh, but I promise you again, I will see you in the morning, deep in my heart. It's so hard to let you go. The Father has a purpose, and I know I will miss you till then. I promise you again, I will see you in the morning. I will see you in the morning.
I think the musical portion of the show is over. A round of applause to all of them. And then now is, I think, Braxton, do you have something there you want to talk? So, this is Braxton, Eliza's grandson.
Hello. So as we know, my grandmother was a very skilled correspondent, whatever. A lot of, I don't know about people who she like lived next to, maybe she didn't even send us much stuff, but I have 2 letters I got in the last week before she passed. This one it came after, a couple days after, but I'm up in Worcester, Massachusetts, if anyone knows where that is. Right, went to college, but I was just I like this one a lot. It was sort of it was very snowy this winter, and as it was melting over the course of several weeks. That's kind of mundane, but she wrote me, Dear Braxton, the snow here is so very pretty with the sun shining down on it. I hope the sun melts it too. Wondering how it is with you in Worcester. Much love. And Dan Monk, which is what I called her, because my dad is Dan, and my mom is Jan. These are my moms. What? Well, Jan Monk is my mom, and this is Dan Monk. It's like great, it's like great spin on that. My phone's so I don't have this memorized. No, I just wrote a little response. Did I? I swear to God, I texted this to myself, but I don't have it on my phone. Sorry. Apologies. I think it might be because of the Wi-Fi here that is not really.
Is it a part of
What? I have no Oh, I have it here now. Sorry. Sorry, I just wrote like, a big, response to her a few weeks later, as like catharsis or whatever. But just to that, I said, the snow is almost all melted now. I think you would appreciate that. It's about to get a bit colder, but I'm sure that will pass with the spring. And I wish you were around to feel that. I thought you would be. And I'll miss your smell and the warmth of your hugs. And I'll miss you calling me Michael very much. I'll call you my dad every name in the book. Cycle of days there. I'll miss your old, classic theory pronunciations of some words. Quite. Strong H sound. I'll miss your hand on my hand and how proud of me you were, whatever I did. And I wrote more, but that's all I'm going to say. Sorry, I've already taken too long to say the one for this stuff. Sorry, I keep running back and forth here, but this is like 7 minutes long, so I keep having to rewind. And I'm not very experienced with Zoom, so this will be, it's also recorded up there. Sorry if you didn't see my head there. Hello.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm Michael, Eliza's youngest. I didn't have anything prepared, but I just want to thank everyone for coming. And I didn't expect that. I didn't cry at all for 2.5 months, and I have a really good friend, and she's like, "It's gonna happen, it'll come." And it just came, so there you go. But again, thanks to everyone, and it's amazing how we put this together, and thanks for being patient. Everyone had a hand in different things, and she will be greatly missed. I didn't know how much both my nephew and niece were so close to mom, over the last, couple of decades. So he got my tears. They started to flow when I was sitting with him. No, again, it's just, I think mom would be very proud of what we did here in her memory. And there's going to be a couple of poems read by Anne and Mary, two really good friends, and she's got so many friends from her community here at Rossmoor. And then afterwards, we're going to have food in the back or in the front of the vestibule. And again, I can probably now get the back of part of this, the end joke, and that is mom just would rattle off every name until she got the right name. That was just Donations can be made to local theater programs, choral groups, Alcoholics Anonymous. I know it's supposed to be on the down low, but there you go. So anyway, so yeah, a couple poems read by Anne and Mary, and we'll close this up.
Eliza, woman of beauty, sobriety, and grace. She walked with grace and elegance and an air of savoir-faire. She loved her family and friends and the beauty of the spring air. She had the bluest eyes and the kindest smile. And she gave us red and white dish towels that said, "Stay a while." Sharing brunch or dinner was always such a treat. Stimulating conversation was her passion, and if someone brought up an irritating chat, she didn't hesitate to set a boundary.
The anticipation of the meal and the delicious scents wafting through the diner and the soothing tea were so lovely for her. We all enjoyed each other's company so dearly. Her facial expressions when they delivered her meal was always the same. "Oh, that's so much food." We chuckled, she always enjoyed it. Hot dogs, coleslaw, sweet potato fries, Brussels sprouts, and ice cream were among her favorites. She didn't care for pizza. Once we shared a little table outside during COVID at Timmy's. In the winter months, the chairs were metal, so we'd bring blankets and sip out coffee. We loved every minute of being together. Masked people would give us a thumbs up from 6 feet away.
She loved the movies and theater and swimming. And just last year brought us to see A Christmas Carol at the McCarter Theater in Princeton. It was awesome. We took her to plays in the park at Edison. We shared so many laughs and good times. Having Eliza for a friend was full circle, intimate and beautiful. We laughed and cried and shouted. We shared our deepest thoughts of love and life. Yet most important was the simple day-to-day phone calls, trips to the nail salon, hairdresser, or docs.
In the car together, we'd be present to all the authenticities of the 24/7 events we all face. What a blessing. Looking into each other's eyes, holding hands and giving warm hugs as we moved through the active senior years. Langanier, doing yoga, singing in the chorus, and this and that. Eliza was always up for an adventure and never stayed home.
She was our fellow traveler on the road to happy destiny, and she made the best of everything. What an amazing, phenomenal woman, daughter, grandmother, friend she was. A wonderful role model for all of us. She sang in the chorus on Wednesdays, and her voice will always be with us. We miss you so much, Eliza, yet we know you are at rest and in peace. We love you, Eliza. God bless you and your family always. In the name of Jesus.
I always like to say a few thank yous to all the other people who stepped up when Eliza needed a little bit of extra help. Anne-Marie, Camille, Ellie, Becky, Chitty, her friends Joyce and Linda who took her to church, Jane, and all the chorus members who helped to get her through the tough days. She really appreciated it.
Wonderful poem. I neglected to also add that in the closing minutes here, if anyone else wants to come up and speak their thoughts, we have a few hands. Ladies first, I guess. Yes. Susana, really great from poems.
Hello, everybody. I didn't want to come to it.
lowest of the lowest of moods. And like somebody would call her family would come to visit, and she was a different person. She was like, really, she had a lot of best friends. I met her 43 years ago. And we lived near each other, and we continued our relationship, which is very unusual for me. I do have a letter. This one was June 12, 2025. I also had one close to the time of her death. But this one says, Dear Susana, I just want to thank you for your continued friendship. You have been there for me when I need you. I want you to know how much that means to me. There are days when I don't think I can go to anywhere. Today was like that. Anyway, I do want to see you and talk to you over lunch. I hope you can make a trip here sometime. Much love, Eliza, and I did. Not enough. But I did. I will miss her very, very much. What can I say?
This is Doug. I'm also reminded that your mom would just write, she wrote letters to me, and in the final months, she was sending me one or two every week, and I should have taken one of them. They're sitting on my table at home. Anyway.
Hi, everybody. I'm sure glad to be here. And I want to let you know that over the past 2 years at least, all those letters you talk about, I'm the one that nailed them. At least two. And yes, I say a lot of these names all the time. She did like to write. But anywho, it's got to be, I don't remember, but maybe 8, 10 years ago that I first met her here at the meeting house. There was a little meeting over here, and I call it the library room. I don't know what the official name of it is, but a lot of books in there, that's what I call it. And I met her. It just amazes me that the people that God puts into our lives. Because I met her there, I'll call it because we're friends of Bill. You've been to a cruise, you know what that is. And a lot of the others will know what that means too. And you make a donation to Friends of Bill, it's called that. Because I'm bringing it up because just like Eliza, we didn't drink for 52 years, I've had a drink in 37 years. And I'm saying that because that was the beginning of our friendship. But it's funny, me or there, and then periodically I'd see her at the pool. You know, that she liked to do her laps. And then all of a sudden, I didn't see her for a while. And then again, we met at one of those Friends of Bill's meetings. You know? And we always chit-chat at the pool while before she'd do her laps. And then it got to the point, she said, are you going to that meeting? Yeah. Well, Monday through Friday for the past 2 years, I get that one phone call. Monday through Friday, I get that phone call. Are you going today? I'd like to go with you. So I pick her up and off we go. Sometimes I pick her up at the VIP beauty salon. Or afterwards, I have to drop her off at the VIP beauty salon. Somebody gets to the meetings when I go into the estates, say, yeah, I'm doctors. Dermatologist. That's what she gave me. Because I finally got a person dermatologist because of her. A lot of good things, you know. And then, one day she gave me a call and she says, I'm at Ann and Mary's house. It's just the two of them and me. We're playing Mexican train dominoes. You want to come over? and I never say no. So off I went to Ann and Mary's. I met them, and I think it kind of went, well, you come to my house next week. So Ann and Mary and Eliza, but then there was Chrissy, one, and Andy and Amy. We had Ann down me, we had Andy and me. We had Chrissy one, we had Chrissy two. Then we had Linda, Lydia, Letitia, but to have someone in your life like that, like Eliza, because we shared a lot, but she would share a lot on our drive to the meetings. And I miss those morning calls. I miss them. The ones I don't miss, well, I probably would miss them too, about the night at like 12:30 at night. I'm running around her bedroom with a broom trying to get the bird out of her house. How much I can, I have no idea. But to be running over the windows, you know, if I go one top of curtains and no top of curtains, no, get down and out. I didn't get it. We finally got out. But she called me and I'll run. Not last week, but I was down in Florida. And it wasn't until I was flying home and landed in Newark that I looked at my phone and saw all these texts. Is Eliza with you? Is Eliza with you? She would have been with me normally. And because I didn't see them until I landed. And then I sent a few texts, I got a couple of calls, and I guess that's when finally we went to check on her. And then Mary called me and told me. So now she's coming. But I am so grateful. I am so blessed. And I'm going on too far, I know. But I am so blessed to have had Eliza in my life. I look around this room, and I know all the Rossmoor faces, a lot of them. I know a lot of the friends of Bill faces that you people don't know. And of course, guys, that's all she ever talked about. Going to the meetings, you know, the three of you, a lot about Braxton, and how well he was doing in school, and how well he's doing now. It was something. It was something. So I got to know you all, guys, and her talking. Mr. Shaw, to your little documentary. You know, she said we watched it at my house one day. It was kind of neat. So thank you very much, Eliza, for being part of my life. I love you, hon. And I'm going to end with this prayer, and most of you know it, because Eliza and I said it all together. Lord, make me an instrument of that peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. Where there is sadness, joy. Oh, divine Master, grant that I not so much seek to be comforted as to comfort, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that one is pardoned. And this is what gets me through the loss of Eliza and those that have gone before. And it is in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen. Thank you.
This is Marie, who lived right next door to my mom.
Yeah, it's right across the hallway. So when I think about Eliza, there's two words that come to mind: lovely lady. Lovely lady, and she always came over with a tray of tea. A tray, you know, like we're going to an English tea. So anytime I did anything, I would put out flowers, decorate our common hallway. She would come over with tea and cards. There were always cards on our nail table. She gave me cards thanking me for everything. Oh, I see your there's flowers, I want to see you decorate the hallway, and I have my collection of cards, because Eliza was gifted with, as they said, correspondence. You know, people today don't send cards, they text, but she had a lovely gift of writing, and she was such a lovely woman, and that's the only two words I can use, is lovely lady, and when I describe Eliza, I always said she was a lovely English woman. And it was funny, because Eliza loved to cook, and I loved to cook, but it was Easter, and I brought her over Italian Easter food, which anybody who knows Italian knows what that is. They meat and cheese pie, and she goes, "What is that, dear?" And I said, "Oh, it's Italian food for Easter." And she took, there were several different things, and she took them. She never said if she liked them. I gotta say, I don't think she did. Maybe it's an Italian thing, like, we like them, but, you know, maybe not everybody likes them. So I did that several times, giving her Italian food, and then I thought, I don't think Eliza likes that. But, you know, what I am finding out is sometimes you have to bring Italian food to the Italian American Club. I brought something to the African Heritage Club that we eat, Comatelli Aioi, and they did not eat it. And they asked me, what was it? And I said, oh, it's just made with garlic and oil and spinach. They did not touch it. So sometimes you have to keep that within, you know, within you. So Eliza, I'll tell you what Eliza liked. If I went with cake, tea. I'm a coffee person. Tea. But she was brought me tea, she loved cake. So, you know, I got to realize what she did like. So she always goes, oh dear, I shouldn't have any cake. But just this once. I was there when I brought some food over. And she would take things like cake. She loved pound cake. She loved cake. So if I had cookies or cake, she always liked that. And she was always writing on her dining room. She always had, she had plays. I think she was writing plays, wasn't she? You know, and I said, oh, what are you writing? Eliza? And she said, I'm a playwright. Good for her. You know, I can't write, but you know, she was always writing plays, and both of us like swimming. And I would, you know, pack up and I go to the pool like 12 months out of the year, and we'd meet in the hall. And she goes, oh, you have your pool bag. And she goes, oh, I should be going swimming too, dear. And then sometimes we'd meet over at the Rossmoor pool, and she'd do those strong laps. She was an excellent swimmer. And then she loved to sing, something else I can't do, so she'd write, she'd sing. And then she'd say, oh no, Wednesday I have to sing. And she always used the word dear. And she was like a lovely speaker, lovely woman. She had what I call that English demeanor. And again, is on Italian. It was so funny because I always used to say, on one side of the hall you had an English lady, and then on the other side of the hall you had the Italian lady. So it was like we had 180 degrees difference going on there, cooking and demeanors. But Eliza was our English lady. And how long was she there? I was there 15 years. No, I moved in. Yeah, I moved in 11. And I had a male, he was 70. And he was right across the hall from me. He was a teacher, and he wasn't very friendly, so he never spoke to me. And then I got Eliza, and Eliza always knocked on my door, and she was always knocking on my door. So, and we were always meeting in the hall, but we were always going like in separate directions. You know, she was always going to sing. And she goes, are you going to come sing? And I go, oh, you don't want me to sing. But, you know, no, she loved singing, and she liked being in the players, and, you know, this was just, she was really part of Rossmoor, and I think Rossmoor is really good at this, our lovely English lady. So, she was just sweet. I mean, that's the only word you could use for Eliza was sweet, so, but the lady with the tea and the cake and the cookies.
I recall seeing 4 hands going up, or is that it? Okay.
This will be a little short, but I and Eliza met about 10 years ago when we were doing yoga in my house. And I started talking to her and learning that she wrote plays, and then she learned that I was a computer trainer. And so she came over and we allowed her to print on our printer for some plays, and I started reading them, and I thought, this is hilarious. I mean, this is amazing. And I really became to see her as a different person. And then she would come over and she would be sending the play by mail. But one day she came over and she said, they won't accept mail anymore. I have to do it through the computer. So then we became good friends. And I transferred her play into PDFs. I uploaded it to what it needed to be uploaded, and that was, she could continue. And I was so happy to help her that way. She loved her computer. She needed her email. It was her breath if she did not have access to email, because she wrote emails to all of her friends. So I was happy to be with her almost to the end. And a lot of times she found out her computer was a Windows 10. And I had to tell her, you need a new computer. And she just almost caved in. She almost didn't make it through the day. And so I decided I had a laptop that was brand new, and I also had another laptop, so I offered it to her. And I made sure that on her Windows 10 screen, that the laptop that I gave her looked exactly the same. So she was able to get in there and maintain contact up until she died. But there were times where the phone would ring. I'd answer it, and she goes, "Hi, Becky! This is Eliza." I say, "Okay, what's going on?" "Well, my computer is not working." And so when I would run over, and it was always an easy fix. But I was so happy to be there to be able to be her helper.
So I guess that wraps up the memorial. Again, thank you everyone. Barney, do you want to speak on?
There are some people.
Oh, on Zoom? Oh, Zoom there?
People on Zoom, if you'd like.
We are high tech.
While we're figuring out the tech stuff, I'm just going to say thanks so much to the Rossmoor community, to Anne and Mary, and Reed, and Anne, and Doug. last couple of years. The help you guys were, not just to my mom, but to the whole family, is something we'll never forget. So thank you. And now we're gonna try to do some virtual.
So, who would like to speak first? Anyone? Really 21st century. Yeah, speak up.
I'm Eliza's sister. We're double body. Yeah.
You need to talk to him. Okay. I'm going to. What I want to see about the face
But I didn't have a haircut.
There we go. Now we can see you. And.
You can see me? Oh dear, that's scary.
Okay.
I can see you. But, so if you can hear me and you can see me, I don't have too much to say except that I dearly miss my big sister Eliza. She was always my big sister, and I loved visiting her in Rossmoor. We had a good time. As soon as I would get there, she would say, hurry up, I've got an appointment at the nail salon. We better go and then she said, and then when we were finished with the mani-pedi, she said, I'm so hungry, I really like some salmon and Sal's. And so that was how my visit would go, but she would invite me, could you please come and help me organize my papers? And so that was the plan, was to organize, but we never got to the organizational thing because we would go out, and after going to Sal's for salmon, maybe we'd go into Princeton or go to CVS and Stop and Shop. And by the time we were done, we were too tired to do any kind of organizing. So my last visit was January 19th, and my last letter from her came in 2 days after she died. So we were in pretty constant contact for many years, and I really do miss her. We took some trips together. We were both members of this ancestral society, the descendants of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. She loved going and wearing a name tag that said she was a bishop had been a part of Braxton. And we went to Mount Vernon and Monticello, and we went to some other, I can't even remember where the meetings were, but she loved doing that. And she particularly loved, one trip we took was a number of years ago. We went back to Pawleys Island, South Carolina, where she had joined our family because she had a different mother, but she came to join and be the family with my mom, our dad, and so there were five children and our parents together. She wrote about that when she came to live with us at Stanford and be a part of our family. And she was always, I love my brother very much, and I have 3 sisters, but I think that my favorite sister, but don't tell anybody, my favorite sister was always Eliza. And I miss her dearly. I miss those emails and those daily mail from her. And my life partner, Elliot, asked me, did you hear from Eliza today? I wish I had. And that's, I do miss her dearly. And I'm so glad to see this lovely turnout and thank Braxton and all those who made this happen. I think it's a wonderful tribute to her. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll move to first opinion.
Me?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I get nervous talking in front of different people, but I need to say a few things about Eliza. I really loved Eliza, and I'll always love her. She occupies a place in my mind and heart that will remain until the day I die. We've been close friends, and she's my mother and my mother-in-law, but close friends for almost 30 years. She was infectious, presumptuous. She was all-encompassing in her excitement and occasionally in her fury. Never subterfuge. She was incapable of being ingenuous or hiding her emotions, which anybody who knew her knew this. That was really one of her great superpowers, her great strengths, and sometimes her weakness. During the 7 years that I lived in Manhattan, we formed a very close relationship that lasted until her death. We both loved food, museums, theater, spontaneous adventures at a moment's notice. She ended up with one free evening. She was not shy about demanding attention that night, no matter how last minute. Temporary irritation of her last minute demands would, though, dissolve almost immediately in her presence, because Eliza was a person who was absolutely engaged with those around her, and it was impossible not to feel just special by that. And like Eliza really brings around the point, is selfishness really a bad thing? She had no shame about always looking out for interests. Other people do this also, but they sometimes feel embarrassed about it. For example, when Dan and I told Eliza that we were having a baby, and it was due around her birthday, she immediately made two statements. First, she was never going to babysit. Second, better not be born on her birthday. She was completely serious. But fate had different intentions. Braxton was born on her birthday. And she loved to be with him as her other grandchildren every moment that she could. And she was thrilled to share birthdays with him in Manhattan, California, New Jersey, and Massachusetts. And our son, Braxton, really came up with the perfect word for her. At about 4 years old, he explained to us that Dana was not an adult. She was too much fun, too excited, and too happy to be called an adult, and too large to be a kid. But aptly announced that Dana was a kiddo. And this really was the perfect term for her. When we moved to California, I was very upset that several people would be in our lives, but one of them was Eliza. Having a grandmother like that around, I just think was so important. Well, it turned out that moving across the country, she was able to spend weeks with us at a time, many times each year, and focus her undivided attention on Braxton, Dan, and I, along with about a dozen other friends she instantly made and had a welcome. She was really the person who made the most of life until her death. Actor, writer, passionate about family, friends, no patience for not filling every moment of every day with writing, singing, and those she loved. She was a person who did not waste life, and I'll miss her every day. Thanks.
Well, actually, I don't know. Does anyone else want to talk? I'm not sharing. That's good. feel free to please and hear and you all of our time here.
First of all, thank you all for coming. This has been an amazing event, really celebrating your life. First of all, let's give a hand to Mike and Braxton, who worked hard on this information. I pretend it's too complicated, it's not going to work, it's not bother. I'm glad you did that. She will leave a hole in my life, like a lot of us, and I'm just happy that we are able to celebrate that. I'm happy that she lived years into her life, some of us don't get, and she did it very elegantly, and people responded to that, as everyone has discussed here. I'll just bring up one memory. I asked her what it was like to be pregnant before I was born, and she said she would walk through the forest. There were some play, up in the northern part of the state, the Borscht Belt, sort of, my dad would get a play there, and she might get a small part, so that they could go be there. New Hampshire was one, I don't remember all the others, but she would walk through the forest, she said, with her big belly, and she just imagined how incredible her relationship was going to be with her son. That's all I have to say. So, thank you so much.
And now it's time for Eliza's favorite thing. Food.
Well, I showed you the sandwiches are through there, and then you take a right, and then there's coffee, drinks, and cake and cookies here. So I guess we'll do that first, and then this, or we'll just congregate.